It's no wonder that in 2021, San Francisco issued only 2,000 permits for new homes. Sure, there are people living in the streets, but that's because we want to make sure the apartments they don't live in are perfect. I don't fear AI anymore because it couldn't possibly be any more robotic than the humans who run things now.
The audience is still clapping when Bill Maher picks up his mug and takes a sip, shaking his head with that trademark smirk. Bill Maher. You know, we live in a country where Elon Musk can build a rocket to Mars faster than we can build a housing complex in Los Angeles. And somehow, the people who think that's progress are the same ones who say we're in a climate emergency. If it's such an emergency, maybe stop making it take 10 years to install solar panels, Karen. The crowd bursts out laughing, with a few claps from the audience's Karen section. Bill Maher. Liberals love saying, we need government to help the little guy. Sure, but right now the little guy is buried under government paperwork so thick he can't even see the sunlight. You need a permit to paint your own damn house. You need an inspection to fix a fence. You need a diversity consultant to open a lemonade stand. It's insanity. The audience roars with laughter, and Bill's grin widens. Bill Maher. You know what used to be great about America? We were doers. We didn't wait for permission. We made things happen. Now we have entire departments whose job is to stop things from happening. Somewhere in Washington, there's a guy whose entire job is to make sure your recycling bin has the right label. A few chuckles and groans ripple through the crowd. Bill Maher. And this is the part where people on Twitter will say, oh, Bill, you're just being anti-government. No, I'm being anti-stupid. There's a difference. Government is supposed to help people, not hold them hostage until they've filled out Form 37B. He points toward the camera with that sharp, comedic timing that makes the line hit perfectly. Bill Maher. The woke left has turned bureaucracy into a religion. Their holy scripture is the rulebook. Their God is the committee. And their prayers? Those are just public comments during zoning hearings. The audience laughs so hard it drowns him out for a second. Bill Maher. Look, I'm
that America isn't able to get anything done. It's that we're not allowed to. Of course, there should be consideration of the environment on everything we build, but as so often happens on the left, they seem to have no ability to recognize when they've taken a concept way too far and are in fact hurting their own cause. America's become Gulliver, the giant that got tied down with 1,000 tiny ropes by Lilliputians, the horde of little people who do big damage. Build back better? Sounds good. So does shovel-ready jobs. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not saying rules are bad. Of course, we need some. But when the rules get so complicated that only a lawyer can understand them, and the lawyer charges by the hour, we're not protecting the planet. We're protecting the status quo. It's like trying to fix a flat tire with a 200-page instruction manual written in Latin. The camera cuts to the guests sitting on the side. One of them, a liberal policy analyst, is chuckling nervously. Guest. Bill, it's not that simple. Regulation protects people from. Bill cuts in. Bill Maher. From what? From getting anything done? Because, mission accomplished. The crowd cheers wildly. Bill Maher. I'm all for protecting the environment. I'm all for fairness and safety. But when it takes 12 years to approve a bridge because someone's worried about the mating season of a snail, maybe we've gone too far. He pauses as laughter rolls through the studio again. Bill Maher. And don't even get me started on city councils. Every major city in America is run by people who couldn't fix a pothole if you gave them a shovel and a YouTube tutorial. But they can sure hold a meeting about it. The audience laughs again. Loud, clapping, whistling. Bill Maher. We've created a system where progressives have made progress impossible. They call it equity. I call it an excuse for inaction. It's like, oh, we can't build affordable housing here because it might change the character of the neighborhood. Yeah, the character of the neighborhood right now is 40% homeless people. Change sounds good to me. The laughter hits hard. Even one of the guests can't help but laugh. Bill Maher. And by the way, this isn't just a left thing. The right has its own brand of stupidity. They block things because they think wind turbines give you cancer. But the left? They block them because they might offend a bird. He shrugs dramatically. Bill Maher. So congratulations, America. Between both sides, we've found the perfect way to go nowhere fast.
Barack Obama once said one of the biggest lessons he learned as president was there is no such thing as shovel-ready projects. Environmental impact statements used to be a few pages long. Now they're thousands of pages of legalistic nonsense and take an average of 4.5 years to complete, with thousands of bureaucrats filling out millions of paper forms that kill hundreds of forests to answer the question, is this good for the environment?
He leans back, thoughtful now, the humor giving way to that more seriousness that hits harder than the jokes. Bill Maher. You know, I grew up in an America that built the Golden Gate Bridge in 4 years. 4. Today, it would take us 4 years just to approve the environmental study for it. And that's if we're lucky. We've gone from being builders to being bottleneckers. From a nation of doers to a nation of doubters. The studio quiets a bit. Bill Maher. And if we don't fix it, that's how great nations decline, not with explosions, but with endless meetings, endless forms, and endless fear of offending someone. Red tape doesn't just waste time. It kills ambition. He sits forward again, voice firm. Bill Maher. So here's the truth. America doesn't need another regulation. America needs permission to dream again. To build, to risk, to fail, to try. Because if progressives really want progress, they might want to stop strangling it. A long pause, then thunderous applause fills the studio. The camera pans across the cheering crowd, standing now. Bill Maher smiles wryly. Bill Maher. We've got to stop worshiping bureaucracy like it's virtue. Because in the end, the only thing all that red tape builds is more red tape. He looks straight into the camera. Bill Maher. This country needs less permission slips and more permission to think. The band kicks in. The audience cheers louder. The screen fades to black.